Imagine an Olympic race where the winner is decided not just by a photo finish, but by an algorithm. That future, it's way closer than you think. In this explainer, we're going to explore how artificial intelligence is fundamentally transforming the Olympic Games, from how we watch them to who actually takes home the gold.
So that's the official word from the head of Olympic broadcasting. And it's a really crucial point. The goal here isn't technology for technology's sake. It's all about using AI as this powerful new tool to tell the incredible stories of these athletes and to pull us, the audience, deeper into the drama of the games.
Okay, so how exactly does this all work in practice? First up, let's look at how AI is changing what we see on our screens, because it's completely revolutionizing the broadcast itself. Just look at the speed of this evolution. Back in 2014, drones were a cool new thing, but they were kept at a distance. By 2022, we got these amazing immersive replays. But for the 2026 Winter Games, we're talking about a massive leap forward. 25 specialized drones flying inside the field of play. And here's the wild part. Some will be piloted by former athletes, people who know the sport inside and out, capturing angles we've only ever dreamed of. This isn't just a better view, it's a totally new way to experience the action. 5 seconds. In the time it takes an athlete to just catch their breath, AI can now generate a data-rich 3D replay of their entire performance. A process that used to take human editors hours or even days now happens almost instantly. The system isolates the athlete, it builds a 3D model of their movement, and then it overlays it with all this critical data: speed, jump height, rotation. What this means is that for the first time ever, commentators and viewers can get immediate, deep analysis of what just happened, and that completely changes the flow of the broadcast.
But this technology does more than just give us a better view. It's actually stepping onto the field of play itself and entering the very controversial world of judging. And this is where AI's impact could be the most profound, shifting from just enhancing the story to potentially rewriting the results.
This is the core question, isn't it? And it's one that sports like figure skating have wrestled with for decades. Many of us probably remember the judging scandal at the 2002 Salt Lake City Olympics. It was a moment that absolutely rocked the sport and led to a complete overhaul of the scoring system. But even that new, much more complex system hasn't really escaped the shadow of subjective interpretation.
So, what's the solution? Well, the International Skating Union's plan for 2026 isn't about replacing judges with robots. It's about giving them superpowers. The whole idea is to shift from a system where judges have to rely only on what they can see in a split second to one where they are backed up by objective, data-driven AI. This isn't about getting rid of the human element. It's about making it more transparent and, hopefully, more fair.
So what can this AI see that a human can't? Well, using multiple high-res cameras, it can measure things with superhuman precision. Was the jump under-rotated by a single degree? Did the skater use the correct edge on takeoff? These are the tiny technical details that can decide who gets a medal. By automating the measurement of these elements, the system frees up the human judges to focus on what humans do best: evaluating the artistry, the performance, and the story the athlete is telling out there on the ice.
Now, this all sounds like a perfect solution, right? More data, more objectivity, fairer results. But of course, it's not that simple. Implementing such a powerful AI creates a whole new set of really complex legal and ethical challenges that sports organizations are just now beginning to face.
One of the biggest hurdles is something called the black box problem. Think of it like this. You have a brilliant chef who makes an amazing dish, but they can't tell you the recipe or why they chose certain ingredients. It just works. Well, many advanced AI systems are like that. Their inner workings are so complex that even their creators can't fully explain how they reached a specific conclusion. So if an AI penalizes an athlete and we can't understand why, how can that athlete fairly appeal the decision? How can we be sure it wasn't just a glitch?
And these aren't just hypothetical worries. These are real-world headaches that we've already seen play out. In football, a VAR error leads to a disallowed goal, and suddenly there's a huge debate over legal liability. In tennis, players have no way to appeal a call made by the Hawkeye system. At the Tokyo Olympics, athletes in Taekwondo were complaining that the electronic sensors were missing legitimate strikes. And in basketball, some studies have even raised questions about whether foul detection systems could have unintended biases. Each of these cases highlights a different crack in the system, a different challenge that we have to solve.
So, faced with all these challenges, what's the path forward? Well, the answer isn't to just hit the brakes and reject this technology. It's to build a smarter framework around it, one that makes sure it's used responsibly and fairly.
Experts have laid out a pretty clear 3-step path. First, regulation. We need clear rules. When an AI makes a mistake, who's responsible?
The developer? The league? The official? Second, transparency. We have to demand explainable AI, systems that can show their work, so we can move away from that black box. And third, and this is probably the most important part, oversight. A human must always have the final say, with the power to review and overturn an AI's decision. Technology can inform, but a human must be the one to decide.
Ultimately, the future of the Olympics isn't about robot referees or automated outcomes. It's about creating a powerful partnership, a symbiosis where technology provides objective data and incredible new ways to see the games, all in service of one thing: celebrating the remarkable skill, artistry, and achievement of the human athletes, who will always remain at the very heart of it all.